I came to work for Kitaj in 1997. I was currently working at the Getty Conservation Institute and met him when I was organizing a conference there on artists and contemporary art. I ended up leaving the Getty and coming to work for Kitaj full-time, where I was most interested in my art conservation background, learning more about artists and techniques. And I stayed with him until his death in 2007. And I have stayed on working for the estate since then. When I first met him in 1997, I was charmed not only by the man, but by his home filled with books and art, and by his yellow studio, where he spent most of his days. I was part of his daily routine. He would rise early at 4:30, head to Westwood Village at 5:30 to the cafe where he would spend his morning. Along the way, he would speak with Sandra and ask her questions, guide to his young son Max, who he was now raising on his own. He would read the papers, the Times Literary Supplement, the New York Times, the Los Angeles Times, and would from those draw images and ideas to bring to his paintings. He would be busy sketching on napkins in the cafe and come home with napkins, as well as the writing he was working on, carefully written out in red pen on yellow legal pad, which he would bring to me to type out for editing. That routine and control was important to everything he did. As he said, he was the least spontaneous of men. And you could see that in the brushstroke on the canvas, in his writing, and in how he carried out his day. And I felt very privileged to be one of the few people who saw him outside of that controlled day. In his last year, with a diagnosis of Parkinson's disease and problems with his back, that routine was greatly impacted. And he was no longer able to go to the cafe in the same way he had, and it was reflected in his demeanor, in his mood, and not in the studio. He was able, the Parkinson's tremor didn't translate once he picked up the paintbrush, and he was still able to paint and spent most of his time in his yellow studio, working on this last series of paintings that he referred to as his old age style. And I think very much a Los Angeles style as well, where he began to work on canvas that wasn't primed. It was the raw canvas that he worked with a woman in Los Angeles to develop what this would look like. But this loss of routine and this loss of control did in the end take its toll. And sorry. So in the end, with that loss of control did come his death. And I'm excited to see this exhibition come together. It's beautiful. The catalog is amazing, and he would be so thrilled to see so many of his source material and things related. He had a tight repertoire of characters that entered his painting, and you see them repeated throughout the galleries here and in the source images that are in the catalog. So thank you. It's wonderful to be here. Thank you.